Hello.
Hello.
Hi Gina.
Hello, Gina.
Thank you so much for seeing me again, as we have recorded this before, but we did not put the sound on.
No.
Okay.
Good.
I hope you're okay. Have a lovely day.
Well,
I have asked to interview you today because I consider you to be a strong lady. Deja vu. From the second I walked into your lesson, I noticed your gorgeous long hair and your lovely eyelashes and your style, and I just thought and knew that you'd be someone I could relate to. On my level, I think they say nowadays. And I love your style. You're a super intelligent, laid back, funny tutor. You're very informative and very supportive in your lessons. That makes me feel happy and safe in your lessons around you. You tend to home in and know, I think, who needs the help and who doesn't. You're a mother and a wife, and you still maintain your career. You are still doing your research methods, so you're still climbing the career ladder while looking after your family at home. And I think you do that with style, grace, and dignity, while being kind, funny, and thoughtful, and very patient with us. So thank you.
lovely word. Thanks, Cheryl.
You are one of my favourite tutors. Thank you very much.
So happy.
Can you tell me a bit about where you were born, as in the area, and how it felt to grow up there?
Yes. So I was born in a little village on the outskirts of town called Towersey. Very rural, small, sort of quite tight-knit community. I would say at the time when I was growing up, I didn't quite realise how lucky I was to be raised in that kind of rural environment. But I would say certainly now, retrospectively, as an adult, also having lived in towns, knowing the difference of how they feel, yeah, I'd say I'm grateful for that now, but only in retrospect.
So are you now the parent that is growing your children up in a more quiet area?
Well, it's quite actually funny that you should say that, because currently we are in town, so we're in town, and although it is lovely that we're close to the school, and it's obviously easy to access, isn't it, like the shops and things like that.
Yeah.
It is quite densely populated, and I'm in two minds. There's obviously benefits, but also I know that there's also perhaps a little bit, of not so good things.
Yeah.
So we are considering sort of moving somewhere a bit more
Quieter.
Yeah. Somewhere, quiet. Yeah.
Okay. Were your parents together when you were growing up?
Yes, they were. Yeah. So mum and dad were together. Mum, unfortunately, was poorly, so she got diagnosed with MS. Fairly young. She was okay for a while, but then because it's quite a progressive disease, she then, very slowly sort of was able to do less and less. So my dad actually ended up caring for her.
I was actually, being a carer, I actually looked after a lady with MS. And she was diagnosed, I think, right before she had her last child.
Oh, really?
And her son's actually older than me.
Oh, right.
So the majority of
her life,
and her kids' lives, she progressively has MS.
Okay.
So I know. I've witnessed how hard that can be.
Yeah. It's just you just deteriorate.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah. Did you have any siblings? And did you feel supported within the household? Do you have a support network?
Yes, I do have siblings. I've got two older brothers, which I think for starters, they're two very different people, but they get on very well. They're closer in age as well, so there's only a couple of years difference between them. So between the boys, and then for me, there's 5 years difference between myself and the oldest one. And also being the only girl, I just feel like I just didn't have their relationship. I feel like they always had each other, do you know what I mean? And I didn't quite have that.
Okay.
And I used to think when I was young, no, I wish I had sisters or a sister. And yeah, so I think I was quite perhaps jealous of their relationship. But having said that, I know that they absolutely would have been there for me, particularly the middle one. So yeah, the one closest to age of me, he was very particularly, he was very protective of me. So yeah, I did generally feel supported, yeah. But just maybe different.
Bit of both.
Yeah.
You felt on your own, but you still knew your brothers were there.
Yeah.
Okay. So was it cool having two older brothers though when you were growing up? Or was they overprotective and it weren't?
Yeah, and it was just like, oh, you're so, it's just more annoying, I'd say. But then, having said that, like now, in retrospect, I am so grateful that I did have that, because I did feel like I could rely on them, or that I could, that I was looked after, and I had particularly like the one in the middle. He was very not notorious, but he was very much like,
cool kid.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. What was the most important value given to you?
By my parents.
By your parents.
By my parents. So I think they both have individually kind of installed different values to me. Mum, she installed kind of the idea that strength comes from within. So it's not because of the MS, it's not about how far you can walk or how fast you can run or, what you can do physically. Strength is actually what you are on the inside. And then Dad, he's just the most dependable, loyal person on this planet. And I think if I could, be an ounce of what he is, or what he has been to us and to Mum, that would be, I'd be very grateful. So yeah, I'd say that was a value, something that he's made me value as well.
What event had a big impact?
So I have also kind of mentioned this already, but yeah, I think Mum becoming unwell obviously had a massive impact on me, like as I was growing up, because I was only like a teenager really. So the kind of mother-daughter relationship kind of, just sort of swapped places really. Like I then sort of was there for Mum and was kind of looking after her, doing her lunch and doing things like that. But in terms of a life event specific to me, I was poorly, so I was diagnosed with a heart condition after having my second child, and that was so traumatic. Literally, I thought that was it. I thought I was a goner. I remember looking at my daughter's face, 6-week-old she was, in the hospital. I remember looking and thinking, she had just started smiling. They do around that time, don't they? Yeah. And I thought, oh my God, what if this is the last time I see her smile? Yeah. But I'm much better now. But yeah,
did you have to spend time in the hospital?
Yes, yeah, I was in hospital, I think, for nearly 2 weeks after having my second. Yeah.
And did she stay with you?
Yes, they were very good. She stayed with me. Yeah, she was able to stay with me.
Okay. Did you have good influences in your life growing up? Yeah. Was this your mum, dad?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I would say, really good influences. In terms of role models and stuff like that.
I think was there anybody else?
Not really. We're really close. We never really were that close, sort of like as a family, in particular like extended family. So my grandparents on my dad's side lived in France, so we'd go and visit for every year, but we didn't have like a very close relationship. And then Mum's side was in Wales. But I'd definitely say like my peers were a really good positive impact on me. So I'd say because I didn't have that kind of close-knit family, I kind of got that from my friends. So I'd say, all my girlfriends are like really like so supportive, just like a really great bunch of girls, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, and these are the same friends?
Same friends, yeah.
That's so cool.
Yeah. So a couple of them I've known from primary school, and then when we went up to secondary school, we all met each other. A few more of us, and then stayed friends since. So really lucky.
Good support network.
Yeah.
Were you socially compliant in your youth?
So I had to ask you about this before. So that means like in terms of
being able to adapt to new people, being sociable.
Yeah, I would say I'm definitely that kind of person. I would say that I'd like to think that that's actually one of my strengths. So I'd like to think that I'm quite good at kind of meeting someone and knowing sort of what it is. I don't know, just like reading how they are and then sort of changing my behaviour to kind of not match it, but do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah, and I've noticed you do that in lessons. If I feel worried about something, I don't have to tell you. I know you can see it and you can feel it off me, and then you will help if when needed.
Yeah.
So I do love that about you.
Glad you say that.
If you could time travel, what advice would you give your younger self?
It's a good question. I don't know. I'd say just live. sounds really corny, but just I suppose just not worry really. Do what makes you happy, you know. Don't waste time on stuff that doesn't bring you joy.
Yeah.
Focus on yourself. Sometimes you have to be selfish.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just got to do it.
You've got to look after yourself sometimes so that you can
look after others. Absolutely. I think that's a really important thing.
Have you created a family of your own? I know you've kind of mentioned this.
Yeah. Got two little ones, 5-year-old daughter and 7-year-old son.
And your lovely husband.
And my lovely husband, yeah. Stuck through thick and thin.
That's so lovely. How would your friends describe you?
I remember I said this to you before. Yeah, so my nickname for the group is Mama G, and I think that kind of describes my kind of caring and slightly organised nature. Although I'm not always organised, I'm not like a organisation sort of freak. But I am quite responsible when it comes to, to others. Like I just want everyone to be okay, really. To care, I care for people and look after them and make sure you don't go to the toilet on your own and all that sort of stuff.
Nice.
Yeah, it's just always been like that.
Taking the care from home.
I do wonder, like is that where it's come from?
Yeah.
This idea of sort of thinking about others, but I do. That is my nickname. Yeah.
That's so lovely. And are you the one in the group? Would you be the one to like book everything? And
yes.
Yeah,
we don't see each other unless I do.
I love that. Yeah. One thing you're really good at, which I guess you've just answered as well, booking things.
Oh yeah, getting people together, making sure we see each other, looking after people. Yeah, if I know someone's going through a hard time, I like to think that I'm good at talking to. Like I like to think that people can talk to me about stuff. I like to be there for people.
You're the secret bearer of the group,
I reckon.
Yeah. One thing people misunderstand about you.
Oh yeah, I remember I said to you before about this. I think as a woman, and maybe just, I don't know if it's how I act or how I look, but perhaps I do wonder if I'm underestimated in terms of, or if I'm not taken as seriously. I don't know. I do wonder that.
Is this your natural head?
I know, I'm a redhead naturally,
yes. So do you think does the blonde make you paranoid?
Yeah, I do think like people judge. I know people judge people.
Yeah.
We study psychology. You know that.
Yeah.
It's whether they do it consciously or not. I think there is unconscious bias that people have, and that's not only about race, but also about maybe stereotypes. Whether it's tattoos, piercings, hair colour.
So you're conscious of being judged.
Yeah, as a woman.
Yeah.
I think there's certain times, I don't know if this is related, I think it might be your next question, but there's times when students have said something and I think that I don't think they would have said that if I wasn't a woman.
Okay.
If I think of one of my colleagues who's a male, I think they might not get treated in that sort of respect. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. So
hard being a woman, isn't it?
Yes. It is. I do think as a woman, I think that's why I'm inspired to hear women's stories as well. Because as a woman, even for myself, I do think I've been treated in this world differently or a certain way because I am a woman, because of my culture, because of my race.
Absolutely.
I think there are things that everyone has to face.
Yeah.
But I do think it's made it a bit more fascinating for me to hear other women's stories and to be there for other women. I want other women to be able to listen to this and say, okay,
yeah,
look
not
where
the
she
only
is.
one.
You're not the
Yeah,
only one.
yeah,
We can do it.
yeah,
And we can do it
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
I like the thought of inspiring
absolutely.
other women.
Yeah, fantastic.
So what motivates you?
I think, family, what motivates me, my kids, being a good role model for my children, showing that, hard work and effort, determination, all these things are really important. But equally, you want to do stuff that you enjoy. I want them to see me, doing my career, my PhD and stuff like that, because I wanted to and I enjoy it. But also sometimes things do mean you need to sacrifice, You don't just get given things. You've got to work hard, you've got to have good work ethic.
Yeah.
And also, I don't see myself as like the most intelligent person, but I've always worked hard. I worked hard in my undergraduate, my master's, in my PhD. If you don't know it, you can learn it.
Yeah.
If you put the effort in, you can do it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah, that's what I want to show my kids.
And you show us that also. And I think you are super, super intelligent.
Oh,
so
stop that.
I have no idea what you're talking about. Did you have an idea of what you wanted to do when you was growing up?
No, so I was very much, when I was young, didn't have a clue, very much felt a bit lost, liked animals, kind of thought, should I be a vet? Probably not that, I'm not smart enough to be a vet, what can I go into? I remember saying to my dad, I'll be a beautician, I'll go to college, and he categorically said, no, you will not be doing that. You'll go to, you'll go and you'll do your A-levels, pick some A-levels you want to do, and you'll do that. Thank God he did, because I did psychology, A-level psychology. Obviously, you're not really introduced to it before then, GCSE level and stuff like that. So that was my initial, found a subject, really loved it. This is it. This is what it's all about. I'm really interested in people. I love talking to people. People make the world go around. So then came here to do my undergraduate, and then saw the lecturers having what seemed like the best time whilst also getting paid, and I was like, that is what I want to do.
That's what you want to do.
Yeah.
So
it didn't happen till later.
Yeah.
Is what I'm trying to say.
Do you know what age is roughly later?
Well, I was past 18, so I think I was 19 when I started my undergraduate. Yeah, so around, I would say, probably after my first year, so probably around 20, 21, I then realised, no, I want to be an academic, I want to be a lecturer, I want to do research. Yeah.
So thank you to Dad.
Yes.
Thank
always.
You. Yeah. And what was your first job?
My first job was, I worked in Waitrose.
Retail.
Retail, yeah. Yeah, absolutely loved it in terms of the people, had the best time, so much fun. Didn't obviously love retail that much, the customers weren't really that great. It's boring work, not very good for the soul, it's not very rewarding.
Yeah.
So I kind of realised that that's what I didn't want to do, but I had the best time with the people that I met. And
you were studying at the same time?
Yes, always studied throughout. So I started Waitrose when I was 16, and I stayed there until literally I started my PhD, which was about 3 years ago.
Okay. Cool. What do you do now, which is obvious, and do you enjoy it?
Yeah, absolutely love it. Yeah, so I'm a lecturer in psychology. Just finished my PhD. I love it. I love teaching. I love meeting the students. I love doing research, which I hopefully kickstart again once we finish this term of teaching. And finish my PhD correction. Still got to do them. But love it.
Lovely, thank you so much.
Lovely.
How did you get started in the industry? I think you said that was
Well, yes, Dad, but also it's the lecturers here. So as a student, I really got on with the lecturers, and it was with that connection, that rapport that I built with the lecturers. And I said to them, I want to do teaching, I want to go on, I want to do a master's, I want to do this, da, da, da. And they said, okay, well come and help, come and do a bit of teaching. It was literally that. So I'm a strong believer in it's not what you know, it's who you know.
Yes.
So that's really got my foot in the door.
Okay.
With the lecturers here. Yeah.
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 And you guys are lovely.
Yeah, well,
I can imagine how, I've got good ones too. Gina. I love that. So what relationship skills have helped you at work?
What relationship skills?
That you get on with everybody?
Yes, I do. I like to think of myself as a bit of a social chameleon. I can kind of, blend in. I can, mould myself to different situations. I don't like confrontation, so I'm a very confrontational person. I'm very much on the, let's try and appease and de-escalate. I kind of avoid confrontations. That probably makes, I'm probably quite easy. I'm quite agreeable. Yeah. I'm an agreeable person.
I'd say I'm the same.
Yeah.
We like happiness. We like to be happy.
Good vibes only, do you know what I mean?
And it makes it so much easier to learn as well. When your mind's free and you're happy.
When you feel, and you said you used that word safe earlier, and I think that's really important.
Yeah.
To feel safe.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you so much. Favourite part about working in the company, in this company?
It's got to be the students. I think it's got to be the students. And specifically, one's called Chanel. Obviously, my colleagues as well. They were one of so the other lecturers in the psychology department, but also wider, like everyone at BNU basically that I've met. They're just fantastic people. But yeah, the students are really what make it what it is. They have such an impact on the class, how it goes, how I feel about it.